I'm Justin Pritchard. This is a 2020 Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. That is a set of Toyo Observe GSi-6 LS dedicated winter tires. I wanted to put this truck and these tires together in this video for you to show you why I'm recommending them so often. And later we'll be talking to this truck's owner who's calling this his first set of dedicated winter tires. We'll hear from him in terms of how big of an improvement they make over factory rubber. Let's hit the road. I want you to meet a friend of mine, Jeff Major.
Hello people, this is a 2020 Trail Boss, 5.3 liter, and this gets me everywhere I need to go, and definitely now in the winter.
So Jeff knew there was an improvement to be had by making the switch to dedicated winters, but not how significant that improvement would be. For this story, I'd switch him from his non-winter rated Duratrax to a set of Toyo GSi-6 LS. That's a dedicated winter tire easily amongst the best I've ever encountered during hundreds of thousands of kilometers of road testing various trucks and winter tires in winter conditions in northern Ontario. The first time these tires got my attention was while driving this Chevrolet Silverado High Country. I initially picked up this tester taking note that it had winter tires on, but not which type. Then an hour into our 4-hour drive home, a winter storm rolled in and stayed with us for most of the rest of the ride. I pulled over multiple times to shoot video of the blizzard conditions for my video feature. Both my parents even called me on that day to make sure I wasn't driving, but of course I was. So after 7 hours, I'd completed my 4-hour drive home to Sudbury battling ice/whiteouts, 18-wheelers, snowdrifts, hard-packed, and even a mid-storm belt of freezing rain to keep me alert. Then a few days later in that same truck, an additional test, filming on a freezing rain day. Picture frozen hard-packed with ice, water, and slush on top and you're in the right ballpark. This extra icy bit of driving was on surfaces you'd have trouble walking over, and after a few hours of driving and filming I was finally prompted to see which winter tire was responsible for all of this confidence-inspiring traction, virtually regardless of what came my way. So I don't see a lot of the GSi-6 come and go on my particular testers, but I do recall immediately making note to mention them to viewers and readers as a great choice on this truck. In just one test drive over the course of a few days, the GSi-6 earned a place on my mental radar as a go-to recommendation for a dedicated pickup truck winter tire, alongside other favorites like the Michelin X-Ice and Nokian Hakkapeliitta. So full disclosure, Toyo sent over this set of test tires for free, and as a multiple award-winning road safety journalist who's made a living testing cars and tires in the winter for the better part of 2 decades, you'll only be hearing my unfiltered impressions as always. Jeff has used winter tires before, but never on a pickup truck, right?
Yeah, on small cars. Never on a truck, though.
Never on a truck.
Well, the truck comes factory with some Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax, and they're pretty decent in the snow, but nothing like a full dedicated winter.
Yeah, and the Duratrax are usually severe snow rated, but the particular size of the ones that you had on here were not actually snow rated.
Correct.
So I wanted to connect the pickup truck winter tire that I'm recommending the most with Jeff's truck, keeping in mind that he's never tried a set of winter tires on here before. The first text I got from Jeff with his initial impressions of the GSi-6 in the snow described a definite holy crap moment, his words, not mine, where he told me I knew they'd be good, but not as good as they turned out to be. That was the text message. It was just...
holy crap.
It was just holy crap.
Holy crap.
A few snowstorms later, I logged a few additional hours of testing behind the wheel of his truck as a refresher, and later we'd compare notes and key observations of the new Toyo rubber, and Jeff's impressions of the difference between them and his non-winter Duratrax. To yours truly, the winter tire expert, the consistent performance from the GSi-6 LS quickly becomes a confidence builder for the driver who will quickly feel the added peace of mind of being well backed up by consistent responses from their tires in a wide range of situations. For instance, the traction control kicks in much less often and much more gently. This makes for a quieter, more controlled, more refined, and more drama-free ride. There's added traction and grip to help the Trail Boss's limited slip rear axle work better too. And there's much less of a need to engage four-wheel drive and higher traction thresholds before the 4x4 self-engages in its auto setting. This means that light-footed drivers like Jeff will find the truck pulls nicely through the snow with just a little patience and much less need to engage four-wheel drive, which can help save fuel. We can't pinpoint, the fuel economy savings that might lead to, but safe to say, with a set of proper rubber like this, you're definitely making less use of that four-wheel drive system.
Absolutely, and the Duratrax are a semi-aggressive tire, so I'm sure there would be, under some normal usage without all the idling, some definite fuel improvements.
The difference in emergency stopping performance is also massive.
Like solid push into your seatbelt there.
That's actually quite impressive.
From that, and I mean, like we can see, I'll turn the camera view around here. Let's see if I can just do it like this. Like we're on kind of a hard pack, little bit of sand. Let's try that one more time. Even taking off here. You're in two-wheel drive, right?
Yep, two-wheel drive, traction control is on.
Like from the passenger seat, I can't even tell that you're not in four-wheel drive there. Okay, give those brakes another try. That's the bite you're looking for.
Yeah, to say the least. That's like something I would expect on dry ground.
Yeah, we're pretty darn close to it.
After various stopping and evasive handling tests with the DuraTrack rubber on snow, ice, and hard-packed, both Major and I experienced some slipping, sliding, and a tendency of the truck to carry on straight when trying to stop and steer simultaneously, as well as numerous lengthy foot massages from the brake pedal as the ABS system fires away frantically, trying to find some traction. But on the Toyos, there's virtually no sliding, there's less and smoother ABS engagement, and a much greater shove out of our seats and into our seat belts, instead of the greasy, slippery feel of the DuraTracks on the same surfaces.
So basically the DuraTracks were good enough for you and you did not realize how big of an improvement these might make.
Exactly. The DuraTracks were good, but I would have to put it in 4 high and more occasions that I would have liked to, where on these guys I don't have to do that at all. They're phenomenal is the word, really.
In deep snow on lumpy surfaces, I noted plenty of traction for satisfying digging and forward momentum, even when virtually stuck in shin-deep powder and ice. If you manage to get stuck here, a quick escape generally requires a little rocking and little else. These tires can work wonders with just a little momentum. Notably, there's rarely a need to turn off the traction control system, whose performance is enhanced by the extra grip at the surface of the snow. That's a smoother and less dramatic ride even as the truck struggles for grip, adding to a sense of point-and-shoot confidence. If in doubt, leave your foot hard on the throttle, and let the Toyos dig as the electronics meter out power and braking on a wheel-by-wheel basis, flinging snow from the treads to maintain solid contact.
So the differential locked and engaged, and it didn't unengage and disengage and engage and disengage again repeatedly. It just stayed locked. And now we're doing, you know, average speed on a pedestrian road, and there's quite a bit of curves. And typically I would have put this in 4 high for the comfortability of not wanting to go off the side of the road. But now I am driving at a normal pace, doing these bends, and it could be a dry road for all intents and purposes.
If you're just out for a boot in the back roads after some fresh snow, or traveling on a highway covered in hard-packed snow or fresh powder, you can expect a sturdy feel from your Silverado and excellent directional stability, even as traction levels alternate between tires. Especially if you're smooth and gentle with the controls, it's often like driving on dry pavement in terms of cornering grip, braking performance, and acceleration in 4-wheel drive. We also both admired how these tires handle peanut buttery slush stripes on the highway. You know, the kind that yanks your steering from your hand and makes your truck get squiggly underneath you as they grab at the tires. These are very common on northern highways as temperatures rise after heavy snow, and these slush stripes can make driving very stressful, but not on a set of Toyo GSi-6s.
Being able to take off at an icy intersection without needing 4 high, the fact that my locking diff isn't clicking on and off constantly because it's spinning so much, and the fact that I could take a corner at a normal rate of speed.
These are all things that you hadn't realized were going to be such an improvement by switching over to the Toyos.
Like I said, I knew there would be an improvement, but I wasn't prepared for the rail-like handling that these things give you. Yeah, it was a definite holy crap moment, being able to take a corner at a normal rate of speed without, you know, going straight.
In the Silverado, there's virtually no feedback detectable through the steering, nor any upsetting of the truck's poise on the road, as slush is ejected aggressively from the treads with a delightful zing sound in the process. Picture slicing through chilled peanut butter with a high-performance chainsaw and you're in the right ballpark. So in my experience on these tires, I think the best thing about them is a feel of consistently reliable and eager performance across a wide range of winter driving situations, and if I had just one wish, it would be for just a little more initial bite during emergency braking on hard-packed surfaces, a specific situation where I find other favorites like Nokian Hakkapeliitta and Michelin X-Ice to feel a little more confidence-inspiring.
So, long story short, like a lot of people, you are a pickup truck driver who chooses to run one set of tires all year.
Yes.
Is that still your decision, or are you going to switch to dedicated winters now?
I am a convert.
You are a convert, okay.
Yeah, 100%. You know, just the peace of mind. I carry my 2 young children and my wife around in this thing. And just the peace of mind that I don't have to put it in 4x4 under daily driving with a little bit of hardpack on the ground is confidence inspiring.
Thanks for watching. I'm Justin Pritchard, and until next time, take care and drive safe.